welcome back to Open. Our last guest is a singer-songwriter who dives into the musical landscape of R&B, hip-hop, and Afrobeat. She is a Haitian-American songstress who infuses her music with nostalgia and a compelling narrative. And her journey began at the tender age of 3 when tragedy struck as her father became a victim of gun violence in a robbery in Miami. And recognizing her innate gift, she embarked on a creative odyssey with her timeless record, Fly, being featured in Range Rover's 50th anniversary commercial, kickstarting a journey that saw her music in brand ads, shows, and movies. And joining us to share her inspiring story and the soulful sounds that define her artistry, everyone, please welcome singer-songwriter Edyne, a.k.a. TreeWoman. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. It's obviously an episode of inspiration. I want to say every show that we have is a story of inspiration. We just love just sharing with our viewers how your life like organically unfolded.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because there's circumstances, there's situations, there's life, and then there's the dream and the actions that need to be taken to manifest these dreams, and then there's the ones that are just written to be.
Right. There's so many ways to go about it, but yeah, life is a journey. For sure.
Yeah, so I know you originate from Florida.
Yes.
Right? How long have you been in New York now?
I've been in New York 2 years now, so March marks my 2nd year here. And it's been a productive move, for sure.
Yeah, so 2 years post-pandemic.
Yeah, yes,
right.
Definitely after the pandemic. I know New York was going crazy during the pandemic.
Yeah, well, you know, in Florida, I would say it might have been, I guess, a little easier to navigate.
Yeah, we were a bit more lenient in Florida. I know New York was, you know, a lot of people were just getting sick and it was overpopulated. So a lot of people actually moved down to Florida from New York around that time.
What part of Florida?
I'm from Miami, but I've also stayed in Broward County and Palm Beach County. It's been me and my mom. We moved a lot.
Right.
But I'm born in Miami and came from Miami prior to moving here.
Yeah. And so what inspired you to move to New York?
It's funny because I was in between cities. You know, when you're trying to break the industry, you want to go to the major cities. Atlanta, LA was also an option. But when I subleased in New York back in 2022 for the summer, it just spoke to me. Like, to me, the people here, you know, they're authentic. If they say they're going to come to your show, they actually do attend. And if they rock with you, it's like a long haul kind of feel.
And so how has that changed or shifted your career? Not changed, shifted, because you have a very unique sound. And I can't wait for you guys to hear this because it's really... it definitely resonated with my spirit, right? And I understand that you are inspired and influenced by like Erykah Badu.
For sure.
And Aaliyah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually share Aaliyah's birthday, January 16th. Shout out to Capricorns.
Nice.
But yes, it's definitely shifted my musical career in a positive way. There's been a lot of networking opportunities and just people willing to add me on their platforms, such as, you know, Open and yourself. And, you know, just me being open to it. I think it's very important to be ready or just open and willing to show yourself, expose yourself.
Yeah, and also, remain yourself, right?
Yes.
Or come with your own flavor, your own style. You have your own unique sound, but you're also not necessarily married to a specific messaging style.
Okay,
that's
a good way to put it.
Yeah, right? Because, you know, I thought you were going to sing Holy Water Fries. I was like, yeah, Holy Water.
Yeah, shout out to On The Radar. That's a collab release with On The Radar. And it is a beautiful song. I think with the song I chose today, it's my go-to. It's like soulful for me to sing. And Holy Water, I actually haven't even sang that live yet.
You haven't.
Haven't.
Okay, so we're gonna mark that. We're gonna just mark
Right.
that for a future
reference.
open artist spotlight, right?
Yes.
But we're fine with whatever you've chosen. It is your spotlight anyway.
Yes, thank you.
But Holy Water just spoke to me in a way. It's as did Fly. Okay, as did Fly, and I know Fly was used in the Range Rover commercial,
Yes.
and I was like, yes, get it. Now that happened like back in 2020, right?
Right when the pandemic started. It had to have been like the day after it was announced that, this is what's going on.
So you tell us about like what that experience was like, because
Yeah.
first of all, how did they find you? How, did you design that song specifically for them, or is it
Right.
a song that you just had? Like that must have been really exciting.
No, it was definitely exciting, and it was something that was brought to my attention that I wasn't even aware of initially. So you can imagine my surprise.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so I made a song in 2017,
Right.
which is when my first EP was released, Branches.
Uh-huh.
And I just so happened to put a couple songs, for licensing on this website called Artlist. And that's kind of how they found me, and they went through that site to license my song for the commercial. So, a few things came up as far as like me trying to get in contact with them after finding out. A friend of mine, old friend, sent me the ad like, hey, isn't this your song? And I was like, what? No way. So it was via Instagram that I found out that they chose my song for their 50th anniversary. Anthony Joshua was the leading actor in the commercial, world-renowned boxer. And it was just really dope to have that exposure. But it wasn't necessarily through me. It wasn't an intimate exchange at all.
Understood, but I like having conversations about the business aspect, right?
Right.
And so you made a business decision to put your
Non-exclusively.
Okay, that's fine. But just talk to us about what that looks like, and what the revenue stream looks like,
Right.
and what that licensing. Yeah, because it's definitely something. A lot of the artists that we highlight here are independent and self-produced, and I like that you shared that you put it into this licensing, and Range Rover picked it up because they were looking. So just explain that. This is not my genre, so I'm very curious to know.
So with non-exclusive licensing, unfortunately, you're probably not going to get the biggest bang for your buck.
Right.
So that means that different movies, ads, commercials, they can seek, a specific vibe that they want and go through this site to find it. So I get an annual revenue for the different, or how many downloads that, my songs receive. So if it was, for instance, like you said, if it was made for them, or if it was more of an intimate exchange, then the numbers would have looked different. But it wasn't like, oh my God, life-changing money for Range Rover, unfortunately.
No, but here's the thing. I think it's a smart business strategy,
It's still,
because now you're on this platform, and you also have it on your resume, but it also puts you in this category of being of a certain caliber that is now being used for a commercial.
Oh yeah. And growing up, I always wanted a Range Rover. So
they should have gifted you a Range Rover. All right, I like Range Rovers too. So I'm like, well, por lo menos they should have given you a Range Rover. A Range Rover. Yeah. But even going past that, right? Just looking at the steps, because when you're working independently, you have to figure out how to be seen in other ways that is non-traditional. And I find what you just shared to be non-traditional. This is the first time I've ever heard of that.
Yes, and that was something that was exposed to me right before the pandemic. So I was like, oh, this could be a cool way, expose my music to ads, commercials. And through that site, I've actually gotten a number of placements. A couple on movies. I don't know them off the top of my head, but if you watch Tubi, then you probably see my songs on there.
That's
and
impressive.
Shea Moistures used my song as well on their ads, as well as Dark and Lovely, I believe. A couple hair ads as well. So it's been a cool journey seeing them pop up.
Well, I like that it's a side revenue stream for you, right? Based on the downloads you said.
Yes.
And you don't have to do anything. It's just
they work it.
Right. It's making itself.
Exactly.
But by the same token, you're also exposed to a different market outside of just the streaming downloads of listening to music.
Right. Yeah, so with that, it just depends on how you expose your music. You want to make sure you're aware of all of the, platforms that can help host and expose your music.
Right, and protect it as well.
Exactly,
Right.
protect it. So all of those things, just be on top of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure you read the fine print.
Exactly.
Of whatever documents are being signed.
Go through your pro account.
Yeah.
And all those good things. But that's, online, it covers everything. You just have to do your research.
Got it. And so, because now you have all this music that is presented in commercials and or movies and so forth, do you design with that in mind now?
There was a phase where I did, but not so much. I feel like I just allow the music to come out naturally. Whatever I'm feeling, when the production's presented to me, I want to have an authentic collaboration with that. And, if it goes one way or another, if it fits someone's scene, perfect. But I'd say right now I'm not in that space. I'm just like kind of authentically creating and putting out music.
And allowing it to kind of morph itself. Because I noticed you just recently did another collab that you kind of dressed like all 70s.
Yes.
And you were shot in like these like, in a studio where it looked like you were in like, I don't know if I visualized it or I imagined that there was plastic on the couches.
I mean, dang near, because the setting fits so perfectly. It's an Afrobeat song called Laugh, and it's featuring Grammy-nominated Afrobeat artist Timane. He's of Nigerian descent. And we just so happened to find this perfect studio to fit the niche of 70s vibe. So I got this, Afro. We got to like dress up a bit and shoot these different scenes, and that video should be coming out soon.
That's amazing. And so, how did you collab with this person? Like, how did you meet each other? Like, I like sharing these stories because that's the world we're living in right now. It's really a matter of like, it's not only me, it's us. And how do we elevate us by coming together?
Yes, connecting dots.
Yeah.
Via IG. So, social media is a powerful tool, y'all. I'm sure y'all know. And just through mutual follows, I'm sure that we found each other that way. I have a producer, Dormanville. He produced the song as well. And so it might have very well been through him that we followed each other. But yeah, through there, we were checking each other's stuff out, and we were already just like instant fans of our music.
And then what? One day you just say, hey, I got these lyrics?
Yes. So with Dormanville, we created Laugh, and I was like, you know what? I need someone with that Afrobeat artist that will really help bring the song to life even more. So he came to mind, and, he was down to just be a part of it. Yeah, when you're down, that's just like, it just goes up from there. No, it's an easy flow. And again, I find the whole like independent artistry, especially in your genre, right? Music. Yeah. When I say genre, I'm referring to the music and what it takes to actually create, also distribute and market. Yeah, it's a lot of steps. It is a lot of steps, but I'm grateful to have people that support me in my corner and that can also assist with those steps. So I'm big on just making sure it's quality. So
absolutely.
Making sure the video's quality, the music sounds great, and we're covering all bases once the marketing is rolling out.
Lovely. And so before we go, how many do you have already accessible for viewers or anybody who's interested in downloading your music?
Yeah, for sure. I have a catalog. So wherever you listen to music, Spotify, Apple, you'll find me. I have just released an EP with On The Radar, a collab EP as well, last November. I have an EP from 2023, and then we could go back to 2021, 2017. So the music, we're still adding to the catalog, but there's plenty of music that you can find from me.
And last but not least, TreeWoman.
Yes.
That's your AKA.
Yes.
Where does that come from?
So when I first started, funny enough, I was just trying to design my profile and, really create a brand for myself. And I saw this portrait, and it was a tree woman, and she was grounded into the ground, but her roots, her branches were extended like limitless growth. So it kind of represents always having room to grow, but still knowing your roots and still knowing who you are, where you come from. And I'm a big nature girly. Like, I love being outside. New York has been a shock for me because I'm not as outside as I used to be. I rollerblade, I swim, like we were talking about earlier. And so I think it was just a perfect mesh to also describe who I am.
I love the symbolism behind it.
You.
And thank you for that lovely detailed description of how it made its way into your identity.
For sure. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Once again, Edyne, aka TreeWoman. Thank you so much. You guys don't go anywhere because when we return, she's going to perform for us after the break. You don't want to miss. Hey everyone, and welcome back here now to perform. Don't hold back. Let's give it up for Edyne, aka TreeWoman.
Every hour on the hour, warm showers hold me tighter in my pussy poon tower. I can't get enough of what you give, baby. You the one I want, baby. You so heaven sent. I realize that any minute you ain't with it, I just dissolve and get back to all my business. We ain't finished now. Maybe later we could talk about fixing up this dirty house. You the one about. Don't hold back from me. Keep me on my feet. And don't hold back from me. Yeah, I need a kiss every hour on the hour. Warm showers hold me tighter. I'm the one that get devoured. If you're feeling any type of way, you know you could come to me. I'm your natural therapy. I'm with baby, you the ex. I got the exes looking vexed and they been stressing, but it's only cause they missing. I wanna give you everything, every single part of me. You the one I wanna seek out. Da-da-da-da. Don't hold back from me. Yeah, yeah. Keep me on my feet. And don't hold back from me. Oh, no, no, no. Talking about. Keep me on my feet. Don't hold back from me. Thank y'all for having me. Yeah, that's the song, y'all. Thank y'all so much for having me. Thank you, Oprah. Thank you, Rena.
Yes. Dyna, Edyne, aka TreeWoman. Yes, you didn't see me over soothing sounds for you guys to
you.
start your weekend. No, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Dyna Edyne, aka TreeWoman, as you heard, she's available on all streaming platforms. She has a whole catalog out. And if you're interested in more information, you can check her out on Instagram at Dyna Edyne. And that is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rena Valentin. And from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Be love, mi gente. Be love. And don't hold back. Don't hold back. No, I love that. I love it. I love that. There we go. We're going to close out.